71% of buyers said that they consume a blog before they consider a purchase. Content marketing costs 62% less than traditional marketing and creates 3 times as many leads. Companies that utilize digital marketing receive 97% more links to their website. I could keep going. All of these have been pulled by LinkedIn and various sources. The way to market your business and scale your business is content marketing. If you do not learn and continue to invest in improving and absorbing almost on an obsessive level where you just can't get enough of really being able to come up with unique, helpful, different, fresh content for your business, for your brand, while other people are growing and soaring, you're going to be slowly dying. This is the way. It's easier than ever to make money online. It's growing by the billions, where you're monetizing your intellectual property, your brand likeness, your knowledge set, and packaging it in various forms and selling that and attracting people to it using content. You could, by the end of this summer, you could in 2 months, without a doubt, be easily matching what you made in your corporate job. You could bring in an extra $3,000 a month, $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, and it can actually happen that quickly if you know how to structure and set things up properly, which is why you're here listening to this No Fluff guide to having it all this summer, this season. This is part 3 on work less and make more, cashing in on creating content. If you're tired of hearing the same old basic mindset and motivational fluff talk, you've come to the right show. Welcome to ProjectME with Tiffany Carter, the podcast, where we dish on everything from managing that crazy brain of yours to manifesting abundance to my straightforward, actionable steps that will make you major money online. Now, I'm not your typical multimillionaire entrepreneur. It takes a small village to keep my anxiety and depression in check. I'm inherently disorganized with an intense obsession with office supplies. Your girl here is a digital marketing content expert who's generated over $200 million in sales. I promise by tuning in twice a week, you will get a much-needed refreshing dose of truth, clarity, and cash-making advice. Now let's get to it. What up, my people, my posse, my fellow crazies? It's your host, Tiffany Carter, and this is the show that is going to help you grow your business, your bank account, that big, beautiful brain of yours, your abundance, your relationships, and everything in between. So in part 3 of this special 4-part series, Work Less, Make More, I am going to teach you the 4 key components. I want to really simplify this for you because I know how many of you are spun out over the whole content thing. I don't think I need to sell you on the fact that you have got to really embrace content marketing. I mean, I just gave you some great stats to reinforce it. But I know you get almost paralyzed because you've been given so much information by so many different people. Do this with hashtags. This should be short. Use viral content. Do face to camera. Don't do face to camera. Don't do it long. Do it long. And then all of it starts conflicting. You know what my first piece of advice is for you? I call it FEE. F-E-E. I've been probably using this and came up with this acronym. I think it was my 3rd year into having my first business, which means it was 13 years ago. So FEE. Fuck everyone else. Yep. F-E-E. I want you to write it on your mirror. I want you to put it on a Post-it note. Maybe you even need to create a graphic of it and have it as your wallpaper for your phone so that you don't start scrolling or keep scrolling and then comparing your content to theirs, your sales page to theirs, your email to theirs, your graphics to theirs, the video to theirs, their looks to yours, all the things. It's there's always going to be someone who presents, so to speak, more confident than you, someone who you feel looks better than you, someone who has more money than you, more experience than you, someone who's older than you, someone who's younger than you, someone who seems more exciting than you, more charismatic than you. But there's still room for you. And if you don't embrace that first, it doesn't matter that I'm going to tell you my secret formula to creating highly profitable content. This is how I make at least $10,000 a day, people, from content. Now, I started at complete scratch. I started at zero. My first business was not built off of content marketing. Now, my other business is a service-based business where we do digital marketing for big brands, but I didn't land any of those clients using social media. That wasn't a vibe, okay? 16 years ago. These platforms did not exist. I think there was just like Facebook and Twitter. That's all there was. And then you'd post like really terrible photos of like laying on a beach chair, and then you take a picture of your feet and then the ocean's behind you. I think we've all done that picture. We've all done that many times. I need you to put your blinders on. I don't want your shit looking like anyone else's. The reason that my business and the businesses of dozens and dozens and dozens of my clients, if not thousands at this point, have taken off, have grown so quickly, have profited so quickly, not just monetized. That's a fun word. I like that word. Any word that is a derivative of money, I quite enjoy. In fact, I make up many words that involve money. But monetize is nice. I mean, we can monetize all day long, but what you got in the bank, honey? What are your profits? What are your net profits after paying expenses, after paying taxes, after paying all the things? We want the profits. Because when you have profits, that's where you have the freedom. That's where you have the freedom to invest at a bigger level back into your joy, further back into your business, into other people's lives, into charities, into whatever the hell you want. This is when you get to have a lot of your time back and things get really damn fun. And it does not have to take years and years and years and years. No, is it going to happen overnight? It's certainly not, unless you have some hookup with someone that I'm not aware of, which my guess is you probably don't. And if you do, I'd love an introduction. FEE, put the blinders on. I need you to be different. When we consume too much content of other people that are in our industry or doing something similar to what we want to do, we end up, even if it's not on purpose, we can end up mimicking them. We end up using patterns or content that looks the same. I mean, aren't you tired of seeing the same stuff over and over again regurgitated? Every trend, has its season, but right now it's these videos that these short form video producers from all over the world are charging very little money to edit your videos and put these flashy captions that come on the screen and like random GIFs, and they're really fast paced, but they're so slick. They're scream marketing. They scream salesy to me. They scream overly produced. And while you might go, God, I want my stuff to look that nice. I want my stuff to look that professional. I want my stuff to look that clean. I want to come across like that smart and that quick. Yeah, but it doesn't connect. And if it doesn't connect emotionally to your ideal client, where it feels real, where it feels authentic, where it feels genuine, they're not going to be eager and excited to trust you, not only with their money, but they're not even going to trust you with their time. And you could say, yeah, but those people have all these views and all these likes and all these comments. Okay, well, if that's what you're basing success on, are likes, views, and comments, we need to shift that. I base success on how many people you've helped, how you've helped them, the results that they got, and the coin that is in your damn bank account. And the freedom you have, how you're making that money. Are you enjoying it? Because when I built my first business, people were very impressed with me and I was miserable, not into it. I want to know if you really are loving what you do. I genuinely love creating this series for you and helping you. And before I forget, because I get super passionate speaking about content, because this is where the money is, people. This is it right here, is in the content. When you create content using my emotional based techniques, combo of, your innate gifts, your creativity, your intuition, plus psychology, plus science. Oh my God. You can sell anything. I just bought, before I came on here, which I'm like, why did I buy that? I mean, I don't really regret it, but I'm sure I way overpaid for it. I got targeted on TikTok for a pill case, which I started laughing. It was an appropriate target. I mean, I'm the person you want to travel with. I have every pill there is. I've got it all. You've got diarrhea. You have a migraine. You have a UTI. You have a yeast infection. I'm your gal. It's a Virgo thing. We're very weird. There's lots of Ziploc bags, lots of pill containers. And this was like a really pretty one that was like super organized. And I'm a sucker for anything that will make me feel organized because I'm so disorganized. But it's really a question of if I'm actually going to use this thing. My point in saying this is I bought that. Yes, they did put ad spend behind it, but I bought it because of the content in the ad. It's not because they put money and spent money on the ad. Yeah, that helped get it in front of me. But if that ad itself, if the content in the video and the ad wasn't captivating and didn't pull me in, I wouldn't have bought it. Do you see what I'm saying? All right, this is something that we are heavily concentrating on inside my mastermind, which is officially open to the public. You can get all the details at projectmewithtiffany.com/abundance league. 4 months with me and my team, where you literally have daily access for support. We're doing 2 semi-private coaching sessions a month. And the best part, 2-day in-person live event right here in Los Angeles at my beach house. And one of the main focuses, because we want to get you making cash and growing and scaling without expending more of your time and energy. So we are teaching you our multi-millionaire content methods. And in person with us, we are literally going to show you and coach you how to do this in the flesh. And you will have this skill set for decades to come. You can teach it to your team. You can launch anything, a clothing line, a restaurant, digital products, service-based products, coaching. You can use it for network marketing, whatever it is. We're teaching you a skill that is literally worth millions and millions of dollars if you're someone who really is interested in it and sinks in and invests to learn it. Oh my God. People will end up paying you to teach them how to do it. Now, you can't steal my exact way, of course. That would not be kosher. But you will be able to be such a valuable asset to any business, to any of your clients, including your own, because you know how to do this. Even if you had like a nonprofit that was like really important to you, or a church or something, they're using social media. And if you wanted to do their social media for them, this would end up helping so many more people. This is how we get in front of people. This is how we connect with people. And you're going to learn that and clear system, how to scale your business so you can work less and make more. I work part-time with both of my businesses. I literally work 30 hours a week. I have an 8-figure business, and this is a 7-figure business and growing. You can do this. And I am not someone who's super focused. I'm not organized, and I don't have a team of like 18 full-time people. There's nothing like that going on here. Do I have people on my team? I do now. Absolutely. But I actually don't have any full-time people that are on my team for ProjectME. For my other business, I do, not for this one. So these are all stories, right? You tell yourself, I'm going to have this whole team. I'm going to have this. I'm going to have that. Well, how about you pay me and join my mastermind? and I will show you exactly what you need and we'll execute it during our time together. It is by application only. We can only take a maximum of 20 people and quite a few spots are already gone. So go look at the page, apply. This way we can be absolutely sure this is a perfect fit for you at this time. Everything's on there. There's a payment plan available. This will be the best investment you ever made in yourself and in your business. And of course, it's a tax deduction because this is a business marketing expense. And if you are not allocating a heavy portion of your budget, of your earnings, of the money that you've taken out of the bank, a business loan, whatever it is, credit cards to grow your business, to marketing and sales, you will not have a successful business. And I'm not saying this to scare you or shame you. I'm saying this so that you actually get results. And this is my coaching style, right? I'm edgy, I'm straight up, but I'm also supportive as hell. And I'm here for you. I'm ride or die as long as you're showing up. And we're going to do the things that work and simplify the hell out of it. It doesn't need to be complex. We just make it that way in our heads. And this can happen faster than you can even believe possible. I mean, I decided to finally go all in on TikTok. And within 6 weeks, I went from 700 followers to I don't remember where we were at 6 weeks in. It's in my episode with Samantha. It's a few episodes back. I think 54,000. Okay. I mean, absolutely crazy. And then that helped propel a money series that you have to listen to, my attachment style money series on the podcast. It's a 4-part series going through all the different money attachment styles. You'll absolutely love it. And then that went viral on my podcast. It's like they all kind of tie together. You go viral in one spot, and if you have things set up properly, it can make your other pieces of content go viral. Your podcast, a blog post, your Instagram, your LinkedIn, a pin on Pinterest even. And so then those episodes went viral, and now my show, the show you're listening to, is top 40 in the entire world in entrepreneurship. Isn't that wild? I'm so freaking grateful and excited. That's the power of content. If you leave a 5-star written podcast review of the show in Apple, because that's the only platform that takes a written review right now, and you put your name or Instagram, TikTok handle in the review, take a screenshot of it, email to us, DM me, you will be getting, this is the big exciting thing that I'm doing with this launch and with this series. You're going to be getting my brand new, never released, Work Less While Making More printable workbook for free. This will soon be available for sale. So this is the way to get it for free. And it's very simple. You write the review on Apple, you take a screenshot, you DM it to me at ProjectME with Tiffany, or you can email it to us at support@projectmewithtiffany.com. And you will get my workbook that goes with this that will only take you further. Nothing I do is basic. I don't randomly throw out 15 different ebooks that are created by AI just to get some shit out there. That's not what I teach with any form of my programs, my products, my membership. We deliver top quality and less is more. You know those, when you go in those luxury stores, I was just in Austin. I can't remember the name of the street, Austin, Texas. Austin is all the annoying parts of Los Angeles in one place. No offense, Austin, but that's just my opinion of it. And you get swamp ass, which I'm also not interested in. I digress. So on this street is all the fancy shops, like Hermes. It's like the Rodeo Drive of Austin. So I was shopping on that street and I made a mental note. It's all of the high-end luxury stores, you notice how there isn't a lot of inventory in them. There's very select pieces, few pieces, but each piece is so beautiful and showcased and presented so well. And it's appreciated like art. That's how you should look at the different assets and service offerings, digital products, physical products in your business. Now, some business models, if you're a Forever 21 clothing store, right? You're a 99-cent store. That's based on high volume of a ton of stuff. If you're a TJ Maxx, right? That's what that's based on. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I would rather see my digital creators, my digital entrepreneurs. You don't need to create 5 gazillion things to make $5 gazillion. In fact, you make more money by doing less and making sure each piece of content is more potent and polarizing, that each offering is so damn good and marketed and messaged so well. And these are all things that we do inside my mastermind. You can swipe up and that link is right in the show notes. Again, many of the spots are already taken, so don't sleep on this. And there's no other way, there's no other better value straight up to work with me than this. Period. End of story. The 4 components to creating content that you will cash in on. The first thing is you have to stand out. And the only way to stand out is you have to stand in your truth, your power, your beliefs, your conviction in what you're doing and who you're helping and what you believe works and doesn't work. If you stand for everything, if you stand to help everyone, you end up helping no one. You end up standing for nothing because no one can absorb your message because you're all over the place. You're sprinkler systeming your content and your energy. So like a little water gets over here, a little water gets over here. And it's like you get kind of damp. We need to fire hose people on the main things that you specialize in, that you love talking about, that relate to your brand, that relate to your core messaging, that you get lit up to talk about, and you can talk about it and talk about it and talk about it, and you don't get sick of it. Because guess what? The catch with content marketing is managing the content monster, and you do have to come up with continuous content ideas regularly. And yes, you can hire someone to help you do that. And I have lots of unique tips and tricks that I've share over on my Instagram. I share them in my Secret Posse Weekly Digest free email list. I do give a lot of tricks because we all get brain fog. We all end up having our bad weeks, sometimes bad months, and we need prompts and cues to pull it out of us. But for the most part, it needs to be something that you are that passionate about, because energy doesn't lie. Even if you're doing a written post, even if you're doing an infographic, even if you're doing a blog article, even if you're writing an email, the energy is conveyed through those words, through that screen. And you can say that it's not true. I have lots of proof showing it's true. And I have proof in showing, if you look at the viral video, I've had a few on TikTok, but if you look at the one that happened within the first 6 weeks, I think it's at 3.3 million now. You will know within seconds. You will pick up on the energy I was in that video. And a lot of people have said to me, oh, well, you're standing in the middle of the ocean and it's sunset. Yeah, I am. That's true. That's part of what I just am sharing with you today. Standing out. It stood out. But if my energy was shit, and by the way, if you really go scroll my content, especially on Instagram, because I've been on that for longer, you'll see it's not uncommon for me to be in a body of water. That's my favorite place to be. So those videos didn't do as well. The ones that do well is when you stand out, but you're also standing in your conviction and your grounded confidence, and you're in that abundant energy and that abundant mindset. And that's an inside job. Standing out, you can get really creative with that, right? We want it to be true to you, right? What's true to me is I do take a lot of luxury trips. I do live on the ocean. I am in the water all the time. So that makes sense for me. Maybe for you, you're on the treadmill. I mean, listen, don't hurt yourself on the treadmill doing this, okay? I mean, although that video would probably go viral, but we don't want you to hurt yourself. Maybe you're always waiting in a pickup line for your kid at carpool or at a soccer game or something. You could have car sessions. Maybe you're someone that really has like some crazy 19-step beauty routine. You can do videos while you're doing that. Think of ways to be visually captivating. And when it comes to writing, you have to stand out there too. Go back to magazine covers. And some of you listening are like, I've never bought a magazine in my life. Well, you need to. That's your homework. And there's places to find them. I want you to look at the cover of these magazines and study them. They're done months in advance. Who they're picking as the cover model is sometimes booked year in advance. This is everything. That's what's going to sell it. Even book covers. These are done a year in advance. It's so important. The colors, the words, the font, everything. Why? Because if you don't stand out first, if you don't connect, if you're not polarizing, captivating, and magnetizing to your ideal client in less than 3 seconds, you've lost them and they're moving on. Second thing, relatability. This is why I don't want you having these slick people editing your videos. Don't do it. You don't have to edit them. You don't have to edit the ums out in your videos. If you're that terrible at video, then you need to work with me to get better at video. You should not be taking hours and hours doing your videos. Now you're stuck in perfectionism. If you listen to my podcast enough, you hear me slur words, I make up words, I switch sentences around. I have a short-term memory issue from having complex PTSD, so I can lose my train of thought and then I come back. But that's what makes it real. I want you to connect with your people as though you're with them in real life. I want you to connect with me on this show. Like I'm talking to Tiff today while I'm taking a poop, because I know that's what many of you are doing. And then many of you, based on surveys, are taking a shower, which I totally get the vibe. I now podcast and shower, completely get it. Love it, in fact. And then you're working out. You're multitaskers. I'm the same way. I highly encourage multitasking and listening, and I love going on road trips with you guys, and I love being on the airplane with you guys. I know that. And in your videos, you don't want to be talking at people. You want to be talking with them. What we're trying to do is mimic being in real life with that person. We're trying to mimic a two-way conversation. We're trying to do our best to get as close to you being with them in real life. And that's why you're able to reach more people and help more people and make more money and have people excited to buy from you, is because you're able to make all these extra connections. I mean, just this, I should look at the stats before I say this. I think it's this last week alone, just on my one Instagram account. Well, I only have one. I have an old personal one that you can, if you go and look at it, you'll see. I haven't posted on there in years. And there's like 900 people on there. On my main Instagram account, 1.3 million people engaged and saw my content. I think it was in the last week, it said, but maybe it was month, but it could have been in the last week. I don't know. Let's just say even it's a month. 1.3 million. That's crazy. That's incredible. You could never do that in real life. Even if you were, a public speaker like I am, and you speak for big companies where they have 15,000 people in the audience, I still couldn't do that and get up to that number. Look at the power of that. And don't you want to make each of those people feel so seen, heard, and understood? Then you have to be willing to be vulnerable and show up with the flaws and show up with the mistakes and show up whether your face is puffy or your hair is bad or you're wearing makeup or you're in a bad mood, you're in a great mood, you're in a sad mood, you're low energy, high energy. Because isn't that how you show up for your friends and your people in your life and the clients who already pay you? That's exactly what it's like. I don't know if you guys can hear that siren. We got the beach police going. I wonder what's going down. I always love a good beach police action. Hopefully no one's hurt. It's usually like an open container. You can't drink on the beach here, which is why it's partly so pristine. Anyway, the third thing, credibility. You don't show your credibility, and some people use the term authority. Authority, I know, like, can kind of trigger some of you or make some of you get a small rash because it's like authority. Like, who am I? I don't want to like speak down to someone and be some big authority figure. What the authority thing really means is it's credibility. It's like, listen, you want to listen to me. How does that happen? It happens in your vibe and your energy. You need to have BDE, sweetie. You got to have some big dollar energy. That's how you got to come up. This doesn't mean you have to be loud and animated and overly charismatic and extroverted. You need to show up in that version of you where the nails are fresh, the brows are on point, the hair is done, the outfit is swag. You just had some money land in your bank account that was unexpected, and the sun is shining perfectly and the breeze is hitting just right. We all know what those days are like, and they're few and far between, but you need to show up like it's that day. Like, I know I can help you without a doubt. I might not have the most testimonials. I might not have the most, professional designations. I might not have the most cash in the bank, blah, blah, blah. But what I do know is that I've studied this, I've helped people with this, and I'm here to help you, and I'm showing up. That's what you need to remind yourself of every damn day. And people can feel that. If people don't sense that you have that genuine knowing of credibility and I've got you and I've got this and this is my jam and this is my thing, why the fuck would they pay you? Why the hell would they spend their time and energy and money to work with you if you're not coming across like you've got it and you've got them? It starts with you. How do you do that in your content? I just said it's your energy and it's your vibe, but you also have to tell them. It's the art of the humble brag. This was very uncomfortable for me at first, and it still's a little cringy now when I do it. Growing up with a narcissist mom who was an entrepreneur, who really loved tooting her own horn, like nonstop, and the fact I live in LA and, there's a lot of those name droppers. I don't want to be one of those people. It grosses me out. But I'm not one of those people. I'm not a narcissist. I'm not wired that way, and my intentions are in the right place. So I can't be one of those people. And my guess is neither are you. But we do have to remind people of our clout, of our receipts. You need to show people what's possible, whether it's a transformation in your body, it's a transformation in your mindset, in your bank account, in your relationship, in your content, in the way you dress, and your confidence, whatever it is, you've got to show your people that you've got the receipts, that you've done the thing, because you are your best testimonial. I don't want to learn from someone who hasn't done it themselves. And I also need to see proof. Don't be telling me that you're a business coach and you know all these things, and then you're making all this money, but I don't see any evidence of this money happening. Where are screenshots of your bank account? Why are you not showing me any of your house? I'm not saying like someone has to be like living in a mansion because everyone spends their money differently. But if you're making a certain amount of money, I'm sorry, sweetie, you don't have old wooden cabinets in your kitchen unless it's like, some cabin in the deep woods somewhere. And even then you shouldn't, right? Like, sorry, I'm not buying it. And neither are they. People want to see evidence. If you didn't see me luxuriating, it would start being kind of weird. It would build distrust. Like Tiffany talks about luxuriating and making money doing what you love and simplifying it so it can feel fun and freeing and easy. And the more fun you have, the more money you make. But she doesn't look like she's having fun. She never shows herself having fun. Well, now you repel people that way. So these are ways you show credibility. You've got to do the humble brag in writing, in video. And again, we're doing all of this and covering all of this in my Abundance League Mastermind. There's technically a fifth thing that I counted wrong. Of course I did. And it's a really important thing. So I think it's hysterical I said 4. But, I digress. The fifth thing is, where are you leading the people? You need to lead them to a further solution. They want to know. They know you have a business, sweetie, unless your page looks like a jobby, unless it looks like, I'm a bored housewife and I don't know what to do with myself. So I'm going to show myself baking muffins every day. I don't think that's what you have. Your page might look like that because you're not sure how to set up your different profiles and your pages and your branding. But people know you have a business. You need to lead them to a further solution. Where can they go to get more help from you? Where can they go to get the thing? What's the next step? Where are you leading them to? It doesn't have to be to a paid offer, right? It could be to a podcast. But I would like a majority of the things to be to a paid offer so that you can make money. But so many people leave that off. And when you don't tell people what to do and you don't lead them or guide them or instruct them to what to do, most people do nothing. There's been many experiments. I've experimented with my own accounts, with our client accounts for my other business, where even you saying to someone to share a post, to save a post, to comment below, to DM you, saying something versus not, I'm talking a 90% difference. Like you will get a 90% increase in people taking action by doing that one simple thing. But you've got to get them there, right? You've got to almost earn the right. Like you got to leave them going, this is so helpful. Yes, I want more. I want to know more about this. Like, how can I learn more from you or go deeper in this or this person? I did this in the podcast. I delivered the goods. These are the goods. And you could go off on your own and implement them. Absolutely. And will it work? Absolutely. Will it likely take you much longer than if you pay me and you have the accountability and the support and we customize it and you show up and you're consistent and you have the entire structure around you? Obviously. But at least you have this head start. That's what you're doing inside your content. So make sure you tell the people exactly where to go. Don't forget to leave a 5-star written review of this podcast on Apple. Leave your name or TikTok, Instagram handle in the review. Take a screenshot, DM it to me at ProjectME with Tiffany, or you can email it to us at support@ProjectME with Tiffany, and you will get my new, never released Work Less While Making More printable workbook that goes right along with this 4-part series, and all my stuff is super fun. Almost picture like an adult money-making activity book, because those were really fun when we're kids. And what is part of my brand? Having fun. If it's not fun, why are we fucking doing this? What's the point? There's a lot of other things we could do that would be less vulnerable, less scary, less crazy, less of all the things. We're doing it because we want to be in control of our schedules. We want to be in control of where we work, how we work, who we work with, and we want to have no glass ceiling on the amount of money we make. And we want to have the empowerment feeling of being able to make it. And there's never been a better time than now to be able to start a business or get your business to soar on a completely different level, leveraging the power of content marketing. Go check out the mastermind. We're teaching all that in there. You can swipe up or go to projectmewithtiffany.com/Abundance League. Don't procrastinate or wait on this because these spots are going to go quickly. And I would be thrilled to have you here right on the ocean in my beach house, teaching you all the things and cheersing to all the damn money that you've made during our time together. Wishing you great health, wealth, and worth as always. Love you. If you enjoyed this podcast, please write a 5-star review on iTunes. Not only will this make me super happy, but it will allow more listeners to find our special show. Simply help me help others.